Hi, this is Mithali Raj. Welcome to my leadership series. Hope you all like it. This is episode 1. I started playing cricket because of my dad. He was the one who introduced me to the sport. As a child, I was very lazy. I used to get up very late in the morning. So to inculcate the discipline and the healthy lifestyle of getting up early in the morning, that's how I started playing cricket. I'm a trained classical dancer, Bharatanatyam, for 8 years. Dance I started much before cricket, so it was very taxing as a kid, but I managed it because of my parents. Mom taught me how to be very organized, having the timetable set for every day, how many hours I would give for training, how many hours I will put into studies. So that is something which was inculcated far early in my life. And there was a point where I had to take a decision of pursuing one field, whether it was dance or cricket, because each time I was on a tour, I used to miss out on dance programs. The dance teacher felt that, I have to take a call at some point. So rather take it at the earliest. And that was in the 10th standard when I was picked for the probables in the 97 World Cup. What made me choose cricket? Probably I was already in the reckoning for the Indian team. It was a tough decision for me to leave dance, but I've come so far, so I don't regret that decision. And maybe there was a point I thought I can come back to dance, because if I had an early retirement, I can always enroll myself into dance classes. The dark character has to be my dad. I hated him for putting me into cricket. He pushed me to a limit where there was a point where I snapped, because I didn't understand why he wanted me to be a cricketer. It was literally at one point, it was eat cricket, breathe cricket, and there was just cricket everywhere. On the ground it is cricket, at home it's cricket, on tours it is cricket. So there was no space for me to breathe, to have, say, a personal life. So my mom was my friend. And I used to talk to her a lot. I used to explain to her my feelings or the emotions that I went through as a kid. All the time she was nurturing me, and she was trying to show me a reason why it was important that I follow what my dad says. Though I was a rebellion child, and I used to do exactly opposite what he used to tell me. Like if he says, do this, get your bat straight, I would get the bat from somewhere else, only to provoke him. Once I started to perform and saw the happiness in his eyes, because I do remember my parents struggling a lot. It was not easy to get a good kit bag or provide me with the best of bats to play. And yet, knowing the fact there was not much in women's cricket, there was no visibility. At that stage, my dad put me into cricket and wanted to pursue it as a profession or something. Even today, I wonder what made him actually put me into a sport like that. There was something which I still follow till date. It's kind of a routine, is to call him up before every game and after every game. Because he's the one who's seen me grow as a player and also as a daughter. And he's one constant mentor I've had all through my career. His name is Sampat Kumar. He used to train my school team back then. Probably he saw the talent in me. I had nowhere to go but to come back to train the way he wanted to train. There were a few instances where, on a raining day, we think that there is no training, so we can have our, enjoy ourselves at home and stuff. He would call home and he would ask my brother to get me along to the ground. I was a very inquisitive and curious kid, so I used to always ask him questions. I said, why do you want me to train in the rain, in the rain? Because usually during the matches, it's called off, or, there is a break when it rains. So he says, sometimes when it's drizzling and you're forced to play, you should know how to deal in the situation. And there was a point where I had a bruise in my hand, in my palm. It was purple in color, and it was on my right hand. I'm a right-hander. So when you go for a catch, you're so habitual to go with both hands. I was a little struggling, I was a little hesitant. So he dropped the bat. He came, he tied my right hand. He said, now you take with the left hand. And he's also one of them who taught me to maintain a journal. That is something I have done right from the start of my career till date. I do write journals. That has helped me immensely to see how I've grown as a player, how I've improved as a person also. Today, if I have to fall back on things which I don't remember. Journals are the best that you can always go back and get inspired from. England tour in 2002, I was a vice captain, and we fared very badly in the one days. My scores were like a single digit, 7, 4, 3. I didn't call up home at all in that 1 month. So my mom thought all kinds of bad things, like, okay, the team would have, the plane would have crashed, the girls would have, she thought all kinds of things. But just before the test match, Michael Vaughan, he scored a double hundred. And I was just flipping the channel and I saw him score. I was telling my friend, I said, just imagine the feeling of scoring 200 runs, not 100, 200, and how much time would it take to be on the ground in the middle to score those many runs. During the test match, all I knew was I have to play the overs because we were playing one batter short. I played for close to 1.5 day and ended up scoring 214. When I scored 200, I didn't know I was getting closer to the world record. Just one run short of the world record is when I got a message from the dressing room saying, I am closer to the world record. So I said, if I've scored 200, one run is not too much in asking. At the end of the day, I can only say as a 19-year-old, I was exhausted. I was using the heaviest bat. But I didn't understand the impact that it would create back in India, because those days there was no social media, the match was not televised, so nobody knew what happened. And when I got back home, that's when it actually hit me that I broke a world record. Especially in Hyderabad, it made a huge difference for women's cricket. Since then things have started to roll slowly but for better. Maybe those were the days which made me really strong. Had I quit then, maybe I wouldn't have seen these days, or would have struggled a lot when I am injured and playing for the country. I do believe in destiny a lot, but I wouldn't say that, this is the path that I had to take, because I was too young to understand the dynamics of choosing a sport, the do's and don'ts, and what it is going to lead me to. But all I knew then was whatever my parents have told me, I have to just follow it. I only knew that it wasn't easy for them to put me in a sport and bring me up in an environment where there was so much of family issues, because my grandparents didn't want me to play a sport. My mom, she protected me from all that negativity, never allowed it to influence me. Sometimes I do wonder, how things place themselves in my career path. So I reach here. There were times when I wanted to quit because I didn't do very well in the tournament. I continued again, and in 2009 again I wanted to quit because I was struggling a lot with injuries, and it was taking a lot of it was impacting more as an emotional person. It was very difficult to get up every day with a lot of pain, and I thought I don't have any more of my will to continue, and I thought 2009 World Cup would be last and I would quit. I don't know what happened during the World Cup, but there's something which told me I shouldn't. I continued, and I've played 2 more World Cups after that, and I'm still going strong. So I do believe a lot in destiny.